I like to talk about our health system because I'm getting so mad with it. It's absolutely atrocious. And yeah, I'm gonna be turning 57 this year in December. So yes, definitely, and I got a lot of problems, the autoimmune connective spondyarthropathy and all that other stuff. I don't want to even talk about at the moment, but yes, because I have few health issues, and also there've been few health issues in my family. I know a little bit more about it. I also used to be a nurse, so I know a little bit more, not as much as my mom, who worked many years as a nurse. um, who knows a lot about it, and my mom is also very disappointed and quite disgusted with the whole system. So I made few notes so I don't forget anything. The first thing I'm gonna talk about is when I got kicked out of French's Forest New Hospital with COVID. So, excuse me. Last year, January 2023, that was, got quite ill. Couldn't even walk because, especially around here, the lymph nodes in that area were swollen, and I had a real problem walking. I was walking like an old lady, like, like that. But it was really painful. Anyway, when I got to the hospital, they actually got me a wheelchair to wheel me in. And then the nurses came. I had a temperature, so I was a little bit, delirious. And a bit upset with the system already because the treatment I got in the few years before that was atrocious. I didn't get the help I needed with my help from doctors. So anyway, it's another story. But anyway, so I told the nurse, I had two nurses, one Australian and one from Ireland. And when I came in, the nurse from Ireland thought it was very funny to come up to us and wear her mask and talk. I didn't understand one word. I actually was thinking like, oh my God, am I in another country? Because, you don't think properly, especially when you're in excruciating pain. Then because I was in pain, I was rocking like this. And they kept telling me to stop rocking because I had a brain aneurysm, but they didn't have a problem with brain aneurysm. I had a problem with all my lymph nodes being swollen and unable to walk and feeling quite ill. Anyway, said, oh, since COVID, nobody worries the doctors or nobody's looking after patients properly. Made a few comments like that. And yeah, no, the nurses were quite rude to me. At the end, I got really cranky and I got up. And as I got up, I actually fallen on the ground. You know what the two bitches did? They turned around and they go, oh, I seen you. You threw yourself on the floor. I was completely speechless. I've never been so insulted. I swore I'm never going back to that hospital again. I was completely speechless. Like, it was like, seriously, I was here, I'm ill, I've got a high temperature, and I can't walk, and you making up stories that I'm throwing myself on the floor and then I'm making up that I'm in pain. So then I had to go to Warringa Mall. We actually couldn't find a doctor because doctors were, especially because I had a temperature and flu, and did had a COVID swab test at hospital done, but it came up negative. However, after we finally find a doctor, there was, yeah, Warringham Mall, there was one new doctor there, which was overbooked. I got really lucky because of that. But when we find the doctor, they done a blood test, and then I find out the next day that I actually had a COVID, and hospital actually kicked me out with COVID. And they were not concerned. Nobody was concerned that I was in hospital. I didn't report it to anybody. I just told the doctor that I was kicked out of the hospital. But yeah, that's it. So nobody was too concerned. So they were telling us completely different story. The other thing was I needed a painkillers. Oh my god, the tantrums the doctors called. I mean, I can't take Nurofen, I can't take aspirin. Panadol does nothing. I was in excruciating pain. So they gave me 4 oxycodons, 4 single tablets, and that did help. That was the one thing which helped the most with the COVID, when I had the COVID. And the second thing which helped, I did got the tablets, but actually as soon as I started taking them, I got a really bad flu. So then I made myself the chili onion stew with garlic. And that was the best thing, that cleaned everything up, and that's when I started getting better. So I got autoimmune, compromised system, and I survived COVID quite well. And I did try to get help from hospital, but hospital kicked me out with COVID. Okay, so that was number one. That was my story. Number two, my brother. Okay, so that picture I put up in the group, that's actually finger, my brother's finger, he got operated on. He had an accident, he fallen, and basically the skin got taken out. Now, this happened in the evening, and it was actually, that doesn't matter how it happened actually. Happened in the evening. He ended up going to hospital. The nurses, they first called the nurses because they didn't believe that it was so bad that they can't stop it. They thought if they sent the nurses, so they didn't send ambulance, they sent nurses instead. When the nurses saw it, they knew straight away that there is nothing they can do, that he has to go to hospital. So then they organized ambulance, got him to hospital. Now he lost heaps of blood. At least later there was blood everywhere. Apparently I wasn't there, so I didn't see it, but there was blood everywhere because he couldn't stop it, and there was heaps of skin missing, and tissue and everything. It all got kind of scraped out. Anyway, so he went to hospital. So then sort of they finally, he lost more blood in the hospital as well. They have been having problems trying to stop the bleeding. Then close to midnight, now we're talking about Westmead Hospital. Now close to midnight, they kicked him out. He said, "I'll pay for the hospital." He didn't want to go home. He was exhausted, tired, couldn't sleep. Again, they keep trying to give him Panadol for painkillers. Ridiculous. I think they lost that when you're in excruciating pain. What is Panadol gonna do? It's a joke. And they never stopped the bleeding because they couldn't stop the bleeding. They sent him home at midnight. Disgusting, absolutely disgusting. I can't believe that they did that. This is Westmead Hospital. Next, my mother. She actually had 7-8 operations now. And since those operations, she's got a lot of experience in hospital, and she's disgusted how things are changing. Like before, when you came home, they gave you, let's say, 10 days of tablets, and now they just give you 5 days afterwards. But that's not what I'm going to talk about. Just take a moment. Okay, sorry, took a little break. I needed to use the kitchen. Anyway, so next, my mom. So she had a terrible pain in her hip. and it was really hurting, and she thought there was something wrong, so she actually ended up calling the ambulance and gone to hospital so they do something because she couldn't take it anymore. Anyway, they were rude to her, they behaved badly to her, they didn't find out anything, and they sent her home. Well, as I said, my mom used to be a nurse, so she knows a fair bit medically, and lucky that she pursued it. She tried to, she went to doctor, going to specialist, and they did a tests and or some special x-ray, not x-rays, I don't know what they did, I can't remember exactly, but anyway, when the doctor saw what she had to have an operation the next day. Now, she had necrosis. And you know what happens when necrosis don't get treated? You die. It's just simple as that. There's no buts about it. If necrosis don't get treated pretty soon, you'll be dead. Lucky she find a doctor, and lucky she is alive today. And it's not thanks to Westmead Hospital. Was it Westmead? Yeah, Westmead Hospital. I think it was, or Concord. She used to go to Concord, but I think this one was Westmead Hospital. And then once she had an operation, and was it at that time as well? I don't know, there's so many operations she had. And she was in a lot of pain, and they were looking, she was complaining because they were, not treating her the best. And anyway, the nurse came and looked through her handbag at the middle of the night to see if she's got any painkillers there. I couldn't believe it. It's like, how is that even legal? We're losing rights every single day. They don't respect you. And the reason my mom actually went to Concord Hospital because she wanted to have a breast operation. She had a cancer in her breast, and she wanted the part surgery. At Westmead Hospital, there was like a group of doctors who made a decision that they won't go for it, and she had to remove the full breast. So she found a special doctor who removed only the cancerous tissue and ran it, so it was only half of breast removed instead of the whole breast. And she's doing quite well today. So, but Westmead Hospital doctors refuse to do it. They call themselves doctors. They don't work with the patients. What the hell? Oh, disgusting, absolutely disgusting. That's not normal. Okay, next one. My daughter ended up in hospital with appendix. It took them 2 days to diagnose her. 2 days. Something what doctors used to diagnose within a couple of hours. Absolutely crazy, sorry.